Okay, so today I'm doing something a little different. Truth be told, have just been not wanting to work on the Pico 8 logic game, but I did feel like doing a project today. Actually, even that is not true. Uh, don't want to get too personal, but basically, I am not in a good headspace to be bored right now, so I'm trying to keep myself occupied. Anyway, I'm not going to say any more than that. So let me open up a thing here to explain what I'm doing. Okay. Now, if you don't know what an astrolabe is, should I explain it? Yes or no? Yeah, okay, let's explain it. Maybe the best way to explain it is by showing a online version of it. 1 second while I get this open. Zoom out a little. Let me reset this to the usual layout. No, no, no. Sure, okay. This should be good enough to explain it. So, oh, let me turn off the planets. It's too busy. And the moon, too. We'll leave the sun because it's kind of helpful. All right, what are we seeing here? Okay, let me even take off this right now. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong thing. Shoot. Wait, no, that is what I wanted to turn off. Oh, okay. And I also want to turn off that and the ecliptic. I guess you can't turn off the ecliptic, so just ignore this circle for a second. What we see here is a set of curves drawn on a flat plate. Now, what are these curves? They are what you get if you... man, this is harder to explain than I thought, actually. So let's say that you have the Earth. Or actually, not really the Earth. What we need here is a concept which I believe goes by the name celestial globe. And what I mean by this is if you were to stand on the surface of the Earth and look up at the night sky, we all know that it is not a large hollow circle or large hollow sphere that we live in, but it certainly looks that way. In other words, it looks like the night sky is painted on a dome that rotates overhead. That is not physically true, but from our point of view, it seems that way, and it's useful to consider it as an actual globe with the stars painted on the inside of it for us to look at. Okay. Now, if the Earth was in the center here, let me do this. If the Earth was in the center of the celestial globe, and you were standing here, let me draw that in a different color. Do a little cartoon of the Earth here. Whatever, good enough. So if you were standing, say, here, and you looked straight up, you craned your head back and looked directly up into the sky, you would be looking at probably like this point here on the celestial globe. Then if you tilted your head down just a little, you'd be looking at a point which you might say has 80 degrees elevation. Oh geez, where's the degree symbol on this keyboard? Oh, there it is. 80 degrees elevation. And by the way, if you look straight up, this is called the zenith, and that is at 90 degrees elevation. Okay. Now, actually, there's a total circle for you at 80 degrees elevation. In other words, there's only one point if you look straight up, but if you turn your head down to 80 degrees and then, you know, if you're looking up 80 degrees above the horizon and then you do a little pirouette here, then the point at which you're looking at on the celestial globe draws a circle. So I called these circles elevation circles. I think that's probably a pretty standard term. And you have an elevation circle for 70 degrees, 60 degrees, etc. You have all these elevation circles, and then ultimately you have your horizon, which is at 0 degrees. Okay, now, so you've got your zenith, you've got your elevations at 80 and so on, 70, whatever. Now we can also draw a grid by also considering I believe people call this azimuth, but actually let me double check that. Hold on, I'm being stupid right now. Okay, I'm pretty sure azimuth is what I'm referring to. Yes, okay. So if you were to look straight north, well, actually, let me start by saying, let's say that you're standing here, right? So your head is up here, and you look towards your horizon straight north. You get that point. And if you from there start tilting your head upwards, you would carve out this line, which we would call an azimuth line. And this is at 0 degrees. We define north to be at 0 degrees. Now, if you do the same thing, but you start a little bit west of north, then you would get a different line. And by the way, if you crane your head up, these two lines will meet at your zenith, and likewise, you would have all these other lines like that for all the different angles around the circle. So actually, typically, this line here that I've drawn would be something like 350 degrees. Typically, we would say that the angle increases as you look more to the east. Once you get over here, this would be 270 degrees. Keep it in the wrong one. Down here would be 180 degrees, and due east would be 90 degrees, which is tucked somewhere in the back here. Okay, so now we can take a look at the lines here on this astrolabe. Again, try to ignore this. I'll talk about that in a second. Let me just, first of all, if I had to guess, this drawing here that I've done, this person's latitude, if I just had to eyeball it here, it looks a little bit more like maybe, say, 20 degrees. So let me just ask it, let me just pop in 20 degrees here. And let me take a little snip of this guy and see if I can paste it in. Oh, hey, not bad. All right, I guess I don't need my little sketch here of our friend. Put this over here. Good enough. Basically, these lines here, which are unfortunately covered by that fin I couldn't turn off. These are your elevation circles. And these other lines here are your azimuth lines. Now, the astrolabe is a flat object, but your, by the way, this grid here, I call this whole grid the night sky, or maybe let's say the night sky grid. This night sky grid is a three-dimensional object traced on the celestial globe. So how do we draw it in 2 dimensions? Well, in the obvious way, using a perspective projection. The same way that you would do any kind of, like, I don't really know how to say this here, but it's like, how do I explain this? It's I'm trying to explain this simply. Like the actual definition of how these are drawn is very mathematically simple, but it's hard to explain without being confusing. But let me just do it anyway. You would get these lines if you pretended that you were a painter standing underneath the South Pole and you had a canvas. I don't have to write it by hand. I can use this. So if you were painting on a canvas and this was your point of view, so this line here, or this 80-degree elevation circle, you would sort of draw it on your canvas here. And, well, that's how you get this. I hope that makes sense. Now, an interesting feature of the astrolabe is that we don't just plot your night sky, we plot a number of other things on it. So now let's turn them back on. It's really too bad that I can't answer any questions. No one's watching this, which I kind of expect anyway, and I don't really make these for people to watch. It's kind of hard to explain, but I guess, I don't know. Even if no one's listening, if you talk as though someone's listening, it changes the way you do stuff. Whatever. Anyhow, let me turn back on this guy. Now, each of these points is a star. It's easier to see, actually. This particular website is really good. You can actually just have it draw it like this. And you know what? Let's turn them both on. So do you see here, there's a bright star here. This is Aldebaran. This bright star here is Sirius. This bright star here is Procyon, or whatever. Okay. Now, here is the interesting thing about the astrolabe and the thing that makes it work as a useful tool. If I consider what happens to the celestial globe as time goes on, it appears to spin. And it spins... Which way does it spin? Hold on, I gotta think about this. Which way does it spin? I believe it spins this way. Not that it really matters. But the important thing here is that if I consider an arbitrary star, say this one, and I draw it on my canvas right there, and I consider what happens as the celestial globe spins, well, the axis of spinning is directly aligned with our eye. And so any objects on the celestial globe, as the celestial globe spins, trace a circle. Or to say it differently, if I were to ask the question, what do the stars look like after I draw them and allow time to go on, they look like they spin in a circle. And indeed, that's the whole point of the astrolabe, is I can model what the sky looks like just by spinning this interesting meshwork here, or this is called the reet or the reeti. Um, it has a different name in Arabic. I can't remember what it is right now, though. Actually, this is going to bother me. I kind of want to know. Actually, maybe it's written under here. Of course it isn't. Arabic names for astrolabe components. Oh, you can't see what I'm seeing. But that's okay because this website is unhelpful anyway. Man, I can't find it. This is bothering me. I know it's not important, but... Well, I'm going to have to table this. I can't find it right now. Oh, wait, here it is. Ankabut. Ankabut. It's got a... They've written it with an apostrophe before the A, which is probably one of the consonants I've never learned how to pronounce. Maybe with a glottal stop. Ankabut. I'm not sure. Anyhow, that was not relevant for what we're doing, just a matter of my own curiosity. Anyway, so yeah, this complicated brass thing that has pointers for each of the bright stars models the night sky. Or to be precise, what it models is the celestial globe, or celestial sphere is another word for that. And as time goes on, the celestial globe appears to spin around us, and because we specifically chose our point of view for drawing the canvas to be aligned with the axis of rotation, then the stars appear to trace a circular path on our canvas as time goes on. You'll notice here that the stars move, but the night sky doesn't. Maybe I shouldn't call it the night sky because it's the same sky during the day. But anyway, that's because, you know, you're standing here, your grid that you see in the sky doesn't move, but instead the celestial globe appears to move underneath it. I really have no idea if I'm explaining this clearly or not, but I hope that kind of explains a little bit where I'm going with this. Well, there is another, so this is the, I've called this a perspective projection, but this particular projection where your point of view is at the south pole of the celestial globe and you're drawing in perspective has a specific name, and it's called the stereographic projection. So that is the projection used by the astrolabe, and that's fine. It has the useful property that we can model the positions of the asters in the sky by doing something that we can physically do with a piece of brass, that is to say, rotate it. Okay, but there is another choice that you can use, and it lends itself better to what I want to make. So now let's talk about a different kind of projection. And it is this. Basically, what I do is um, how do I explain this? Okay, first let me say the name of it so you can look it up. It's the equi-rectangular projection. It took me a long time actually to figure out that this was the name of this projection. Basically, I found the name of this by going on Wikipedia and listing out all of the map projections. Here, let me open up that website. Come on. Wikipedia lists of map projections. I basically went on this list, and well, granted, it is actually the first one on the list, but I didn't know right away just from looking at this that it was what I was doing. But I basically went through all these and eventually figured out that yes, it is actually the equirectangular projection that I'm doing. So how do you get this? Well, given a point on the surface at, so let me just draw a coordinate system, a spherical coordinate system. This is theta, or actually I can draw a theta. Actually, does my keyboard have a theta on it? I'm using the Canadian Multilingual Standard keyboard. I don't see a theta on here. Oh, that's okay. We can just draw it by hand. So this line that I've just drawn is theta equals 0, and an arbitrary point on the sphere, let's say this one. Let me draw an easier one to notate. We'll have some theta angle and some phi angle above the horizon. One way to think of it is that phi is elevation and theta is quote-unquote azimuth. Except I think the sign convention for azimuth is opposite of typical spherical coordinates. In other words, what I've drawn here is theta increases counterclockwise, but I actually think your azimuth angle increases clockwise, but I can't remember. It doesn't really matter. I guess I'm just whatever. Anyway, so okay, so this positive half plane here is theta equals 0, and this equator here is phi equals 0. Okay. Now, how do we transform this to a, as you can see here, the output of the projection is a rectangle. Well, for a point P, I guess I can just use this. Then we would simply let its x-coordinate be theta and its y-coordinate be phi. It's really as simple as that, but it will give us something useful. And let me try and guess roughly where this is. So this theta looks to be roughly, say 70 degrees, and this phi looks to be roughly also 70 degrees. So we'll put it here, P. And just for fun, let's put in a few others. This would be Q, so that looks like theta is 180 degrees and phi is 0. So that would be Oh, right. So this is 0, this is 360, and then this is 180, this is minus 180. So actually P is probably a little bit more like this, and Q has phi of 180 and, or sorry, theta of 180 and phi of 0, so it lives in the direct center of this rectangle. I think you get the idea. I'm not going to belabor the point too much here. Now, where the path of the stars traced circles on the canvas using the stereographic projection, instead, the path of a star, let's say that this P is a star, well, check this out. It stays at the same angle phi and basically just increases in theta, so the path of the stars are simply straight lines in the rectangular projection. In other words, we can model the movement of the stars in the sky by simply sliding this rectangle forward and backwards in theta. Okay, and so keeping in mind that the astrolabe was helpful because it superimposed the position of the stars on our projected night sky, or I guess just sky coordinates, or I think people call these local coordinates, but I can't quite remember. Anyway, I'm gonna keep calling it the night sky grid because that's just the word I use for it in my head. Well, what we did is we projected the night sky onto the, onto the plate. Well, we have to do the same thing. We would like to project our same night sky onto this rectangle, this projection rectangle, which is actually not super easy mathematically. I did this earlier this week, and it's not pretty. Or sorry, that's not true. It is actually kind of pretty. It's like the math is too heinous for me to actually follow through on the algebra, and I've given up on doing algebra for it. Instead, I'm just going to do it numerically. But anyway, let me just finish off my end goal here, and then I'll start explaining how I'm going to achieve it. So my goal is to make a wallet-sized astrolabe thing a majig. Well, whatever. So I need two parts for this. I need a typical, credit card sized thing. I need two of them. I need one with the night sky grid, and I need one with the stars and ecliptic. I haven't talked about the ecliptic yet. I'll get to that in a second. So this is the Riti slash, oh, I think I closed that page. I forget the Arabic name for it. And the night sky grid is, actually, what do they call that? I think people just call it the plates. So I think it's just called the plate. And let me go find the name of the Riti in Arabic again. Oh no, the plate is called, apparently has a name in Arabic. It's the lawat. this website, it's the British Museum website, but it's actually garbage. Ugh. All right. Well, here, let me show you what it is that I'm looking at here. Ah, darn! I'm so clumsy. So Google somehow found this, but if I go to this website, it's like it's not in there. Like, where is it? Where did it go? I looked through here. Oh, it's here. Doesn't help me though because when I look up these uh, words, it just gives me like, oh, Lawat is an Eritrean girl with a sense of humor. It's like, what? No. Anyway, but let's write this down. I do have a good friend of mine who speaks Arabic, so maybe I'll ask her if she knows these words. Okay, now the star is an ecliptic here. I can actually get this right now, kind of. NASA has this on their website. Oh, actually, the ESA also has this on their website. Interesting. That's strange that I can't find the NASA one. Well, okay, I guess we'll go with the ESA one because that's what I can quickly find right now. I don't want a 360 image. I just want the image. Sure. Let's get the super big one. Okay, while that loads, let me get a normal sized one. Oh wait, this isn't right. Oh man. Alright, this is not actually what I want. Just to explain what's going on here. The Here I put phi equals 0 right on the equator and theta equals 0 at, I guess, straight north or something. But actually, annoyingly, the ESA here has put phi equals 0 to be lined up with the Milky Way, which is cute, but not what I want. And that's actually why I wanted the NASA one, because they did it the way I want. But I can't find the NASA one right now for some reason. NASA equirectangular sky map, star map. What if I just search NASA star map? No, this is still not what I want. Ugh. NASA star map. I can't remember what I searched to find this before, but it's just can't find it. Oh, is it this deep star map? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think this is it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is it. This is it. This is it. So a few things will seem pretty striking. First of all, that the Milky Way traces a great circle. In other words, if I were to draw it here on the celestial globe, it would make like a circle that goes all the way around. And interestingly, if you take this circle and project it using the equirectangular projection where phi equals 0 is the equator, in other words, a circle that is not aligned with the Milky Way. I'm just getting rid of that on my diagram. Then let me put it here instead. Then it looks like this. It kind of makes like this weird curve. So yeah. Um, anyway, TIFF. Oh yeah, I don't want that. Yeah, how about this one? This could be fun. Unfortunately for me, this is actually like supposed to be kind of like photorealistic, which again is cute, but not what I want. I mean, it is pretty cool actually, I gotta say. Here, oh hey, is this the Pleiades? I just randomly found the Pleiades. It might not be. Oh yeah, wait, I think it is. Yeah, yeah, here's Orion's belt. Huh, neat. Yeah, this is Orion. Anyway, so yeah, basically we want to take this picture I'm looking at right now, draw it a little bit more friendly. Let me just grab a screenshot here. So I want that for the this looks terrible. I mean, I think you get the point. Here, maybe I'll trace out a few of them just for the hell of it. I won't take too long here, I promise. Let's do the interesting ones. So we got Orion. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, you know what? Forget it. I'm not going to do that. So we want the stars. Oh, and I haven't put in the ecliptic yet. Where's the ecliptic? The ecliptic. Here's Gemini. Here's Aries and Pisces. I don't really know the rest of them. I think that's Taurus. So I think the ecliptic maybe looks like this. Something like that. I'm just eyeballing it here. I still haven't explained what the ecliptic is, have I? Okay, let's do that. Thankfully for us, to keep things simple, the solar system exists. So we have the glorious sun, praise the sun. We have the Earth, which I already drew it, so let's not redo the work. It's going to be more work to copy and paste it and delete what I don't want, but whatever. If we're going to be silly, let's be silly. We have the Earth, and we have all the other planets, which I'm just going to draw as black dots. Sorry. And it just so happens that... Okay, I can do better than that. It just so happens that they all live roughly in the same plane. How cool is that? Okay. Now, if you are standing on the Earth, like our buddy here, then what does this plane look like in the night sky? It looks like a great circle. You can imagine it as you're standing on the surface of like a CD, and from your point of view, it looks flat. You're standing in like the middle of a CD, you know, like where you put your finger to hold it in the center. Anyway, it's like I say, I really have no idea if I'm explaining this clearly or not. It feels like I'm not, but maybe it makes sense. Anyway, the ecliptic, like the Milky Way, uh, intersects the celestial globe on a plane. Actually, I shouldn't use purple here. It intersects the celestial globe on a plane, which means that everywhere a plane touches a cylinder, everywhere a plane touches a sphere, if you draw that line, you get something like this. And it actually, of course, because the Earth is on this plane, then this plane crosses the exact center of the celestial globe, and therefore it traces a great circle. In other words, a circle that reaches the full diameter of the sphere. So let me actually mark this in. So the ecliptic is where all of the sun, moon, planets live, from our point of view, anyway. Now, that is important to us because one of the chief uses of the astrolabe is to know the position of the sun given the time of year and time of day. Meaning, and also, like when I say its position, I mean its azimuth and its elevation. So the position of the sun is one variable. The time of year is another variable, and the time of day is another variable. And using the astrolabe, if you know two of them, you can get the third one, which is cool. And one of the reasons why I'm interested in it as a object. What will happen is, as the Earth turns around the sun's position on the ecliptic appears to go in a circle. I don't really know how best to explain this, but this is actually really subtle. It took me a long time to understand this, so I don't really know how to explain it simply. But if I take this purple person here, that's standing, at an altitude or a latitude, a latitude of about 20 degrees. Over the course of a single day, the Earth spins, and from their point of view, it actually looks like the celestial globe is spinning around them. And, over the course of one day, the sun is roughly in the same position the whole day long in the celestial globe. But as the Earth orbits the sun appears to move little by little, day by day, around the ecliptic. I wonder if I can show that using this online astrolabe tool. So if I tick up the day, notice how, it's turning my guy here, but try to ignore that. Notice how the sun's position on the ecliptic. Oh, by the way, I guess I didn't mention this yet, but this circle here is the ecliptic if you project it using the stereographic projection. So if I move the day forward, notice that the sun is slowly rotating around the ecliptic. You can also notice that this website is rotating the reti, or what was the Arabic name for that? The ankabut. It's doing that for complicated reasons that I don't want to explain I don't want to explain it because I don't understand it clearly enough to be able to explain it clearly, and second, because it's kind of irrelevant. But notice here that, say, for example, April 21st, 2024, the sun will be sitting right in between the Aries and Taurus constellations. And then if we move the month to, say, November, it's right here between Scorpio and Sagittarius. In fact, November 22nd, I know for a fact, is right on the cusp of Scorpio and Sagittarius. I happen to know that because it is my birthday, and different horoscopes put me in different camps. It's also the example that Uri Tuckman gave in his video about the astrolabe, which I thought was kind of fun. Uh, while we're talking about interesting facts about my birthday that no one cares about but me, apparently, don't ask me how, if you were to say this date in Japanese, it means happy couple. Don't ask me how that works out. So for that reason, November 22nd is known as Happy Couples Day, which admittedly is kind of ironic because I am not a participant in a happy couple right now. Anyhow, let's get back on topic. Where was I? Yeah, so the projection of the ecliptic kind of looks like this in the equirectangular projection. And normally what you would do on an astrolabe is you would... oh, by the way, I guess something else I just skimmed right over there. It is no accident that the constellations named on the ecliptic here are all the zodiac constellations. The zodiac constellations are on the ecliptic. That is, I guess, why they have a particular place in our hearts. Anyway, now, typically, the ecliptic is labeled with the names of the constellations that are there. Okay, that's fine. I'm happy with that. But personally, I would prefer to just label it with the time of year that the sun is in that portion of the sky. So these will be divided into 12 months. I didn't count. That probably isn't 12. So you would have January over here, February, March, etc. And what that would tell you is, if today was November 22nd, I wonder if I could... I don't even know what the Sagittarius and Scorpio constellations look like because I'm that uninterested in astrology. But now I've become interested in astronomy, and so now I do kind of want to know what they look like. So let's look it up. Sagittarius constellation. Now, I actually don't know what Sagittarius is. It's supposed to be an animal or something. I don't actually know what animal, though. Let me see if I can figure it out. This looks like it could be a tail. These look like it could be two... Oh, hey, is this supposed to be a centaur? Because, this could be front legs. This could be hind legs. This could be a tail. And this could be a head with arms. Oh, no way. I mean, I probably knew that without realizing I knew it. In other words, I probably just knew that fact but forgot I knew it, and that's why I thought of it. But anyway, so Sagittarius is a centaur, although this drawing has Sagittarius facing to the right, and I thought they were facing to the left here, so... well, yeah, I don't know. Well, actually, I would still like to find it here. They've actually got it named somewhere. Where is that? I guess they don't. Let me see if I can just find it. This is Pisces, very easy to find. Aries is probably the worst constellation I can think of. It's Aries, by the way, this is a true fact. One of my buddies, I was out camping with a few buddies of mine some weeks ago, and he was making a joke. He was like, oh yeah, my favorite constellation is the pizza slice, and he points to the sky arbitrarily, to be like, just pick any 3 stars, it makes the pizza slice. But actually, it turns out, he was pointing not far away from a formally named constellation called Triangulum, which is literally 2 stars. And for me, this is now forever going to be called Pizza Slice. Anyway, so we have Aries, Pizza Slice, and Pisces all living in the same corner of the sky. So I wonder if I could figure out which one Sagittarius is. So Sagittarius is like pretty much right opposite from Pisces. Well, not quite. Oh, a little bit. It's actually kind of amusing. My dad's Pisces, and Sagittarius is almost opposite to it. So if I go back here, so Pisces is here, so Sagittarius would be like, I think it's cut in half in here maybe. Maybe it's this guy? I'm gonna say it's this. And Scorpio should be easy to spot. It should just look like a scorpion, right? Nice picture. There's Pisces. I think this is Scorpio here. What was I doing again? I kind of can't remember what I was doing. All right, let's go back to just explaining what I'm actually trying to do here, which is I need to make this. Now this is easy. It's already been done for me. I just got to copy paste, done. Job over, right? But what is not done for me is this. I need to take this night sky grid and project it nicely into a file format I can send to a print shop and get printed on something transparent, or at least translucent. But I think printing this on clear plastic will do what I want. So typically what I would like to send to a print shop would be a PostScript file or a PDF, which is the same thing, kind of. But PostScript is a little easier for me to work with because I can generate it fairly simply using whatever programming language I choose. Or I could even, maybe, if I'm lucky, this is just Octave Online because I haven't felt like installing Octave locally in any way. It works like garbage on Windows. But maybe one day I will try to install on Windows. But Octave can export EPS files for plots that you make. Right, now, we're almost ready to describe the thing I was going to sit down and work on, the actual code I was going to write. And actually, this is code I have kind of written before, but in a different context. I actually haven't touched this code in God knows how long. Years. Probably 2 years. I wonder if there's a way for me to know how long ago I touched it. There kind of isn't. Whatever, it's not important. Anyway, the point is, this is very old code, so for me to use it, I would have to think about it. But anyway, let me just quickly do something quick in Octave here to get like a rough plot of what this would look like, this night sky grid. Yeah, let's do that. So we first of all right, let's write this in a script. Now my MATLAB is very rusty. I don't know what to call this. Let's call it night sky. Whoops. What we're gonna do is I gotta think about this. I need a function that produces points along a curve in the night sky grid, either elevation or azimuth. Then I need, oh, this is probably super small. Ooh, yeah. Okay, then I need a function oh, that's it, actually. So long as this produces theta phi coordinates, I can literally just plot them. Man, my MATLAB is super rusty. For I equals line space. Let's start by doing the elevation lines. So we want to go from 0 to 90. Oh, but MATLAB does everything in radians. Ugh. Pi over 2. Let's do, I don't know, 10. Let's just print I so that I can make sure that what I'm doing works. This should go up by increments of 10 degrees. Yeah, fine. Okay, so this is going to do what I want. So, oh, but wait a minute. But I need to do this for a specific latitude. So the latitude of Toronto is something like 44 degrees. Okay. So actually, this is not as simple as I would like. How do I trace this circle in theta phi coordinates, or even in just plain old Euclidean coordinates? It's actually not super easy. The first idea that comes to mind is generate these circles at an elevation of 90 degrees, which is very easy, and then rotate them with a rotation matrix. Actually, I just had a thought though. If I consider an arbitrary point P, and if I rotate it such that its theta angle doesn't change. Ugh, man. Let me think about this for a second. Um, ay, 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 ay. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Because let's say that my axis of rotation was actually this line here. Then as I rotate it, it draws a circle like this, and the theta angle is changing. Man, am I really going to do this? Start with a point and then translate it to Euclidean such that I can rotate it and then translate it back. There's got to be a better way. Oh yeah, I finally broke down and made a ChatGPT account because because I've been presenting my speech here as though I haven't worked on this yet, but the truth is I have done this sort of thing before. And I was hoping ChatGPT had a better solution for me, but it really doesn't. But we can ask it. How can I generate points along an elevation circle at a given latitude in spherical coordinates? Yeah, ChatGPT is not really super good at answering your questions. What it actually was good for, though, was giving names to things that I didn't know the names of. So, like, I won't click it right now, let it finish what it's doing. But, alright, let me take a look at this. Define the parameters, choose a specific latitude. Done. Decide the radius of the elevation circle. Radius? No, I don't want that. I want the elevation, but whatever. In spherical coordinates, latitude, yeah. If you have latitude, yeah. To generate points in the elevation circle, you can vary. Yes, I know that. The azimuthal angle, yes, I know that. All right, let's just run this and see what it gives us. That's a lot of points. You think this will work? All right. This is not going to work. I know it's not going to work. Of course it doesn't work. All right. Well, this is what I get for thinking ChatGPT can help me. I mean, it's really not that bad to convert to Euclidean, rotate, then convert back. It's just ugly. Well, actually, ooh, interesting. That's fascinating. Does that work? That's cool. I didn't know that. Okay, well, then in that case, Um, so E for elevation. Let's go. Let's give ourselves, I don't know, 200 points. And let's also just call this that. And then, yeah, let's just try rotating it around the x-axis by, usually the x-axis is aligned with theta equals 0, so I actually want to rotate, it doesn't matter, but if my latitude is 44 degrees, then I want to rotate my night sky at 90 degrees to whatever 90 minus 44 is. So I believe the term for this is declination. Let's just call it D because I don't want to commit myself to the name declination. Stupid radians. Excuse me. So I want to rotate it by that much around, let's say the y-axis, just for the hell of it. So we will do theta is equal to that's pretty cute, actually. I don't really know how you would get this, though. Let's just try it. So theta is a times cosine of d plus e times sine of d, and phi is minus a times sine of d plus e times cosine of d. Actually, we don't need to do this. We can just do that. And let's just convert to Euclidean so we can plot it. No, this is still cos phi. And z is going to be sine of phi. Well, see what that gives us. Ah, it's stupid. Okay, well, that doesn't seem right. This is what I get for trusting ChatGPT. Oh, but E... okay. Is this the problem I'm having? That E is a reserved keyword? What is this garbage? Oh, wait. That is not completely wrong. It at least is on the surface of the sphere. But then again, of course it's on the surface of the sphere because it's constrained to be that. Alright, there's too many lines here. What is this garbage? What is this garbage? Alright, let's pop in a latitude of 90 just to see if this is even right in the extreme case. Oh yeah, okay, I think that is right in the extreme case. Yeah, that seems okay. But clearly this is wrong. This is specified. Yeah. This didn't work. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, no, I did it right. Did I do it right? Theta times cosine. Yeah. Alright, let's see what it does if I do that. Oh, wait. Is that right? Wait, no, that's not right. Is it? No, well, of course not. Now, what is going on with this thing? This is just a typical Euclidean rotation. That doesn't work for spherical coordinates. What? No. Fine, I'll bite. What is this garbage? This doesn't rotate in 3 space. This doesn't rotate. I don't know what else to say. I guess I just have to sit and do the actual math myself. Oh, we got more code. Oh, gee. Thanks, ChatGPT. The thing I was going to do originally. All right. Yeah, let's just do that. All right, I'm done. I've done my experiment with ChatGPT. I'm not really thrilled with it. I, wouldn't expect it to be able to do like super specific complicated things, but I would expect it to know how to do basic transforms, which I guess it eventually got after I wasted a bunch of time trying the stupid things it suggested. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Actually, convert to. All right, let's just call that phi, call that theta, so we can rotate it. So the rotation matrix is going to be, I'm just going to do this in my head here. I want to rotate around which axis? I guess I will do the y axis. So, I'm just doing this in my head. And actually, I want this to rotate that much. Let's go back to 44 degrees. That's what I want. How do you rotate? You take the... Fine, I'll draw it. If this is the x-axis and this is the z-axis and I have a point here, then I take its x-coordinate. Or I guess I'll draw it like this. If I'm rotating by an angle theta, then I take the x-coordinate and map it to cosine theta, and I take... I really don't know how to explain this in words. It's just the kind of thing I have done so many times in my head. I guess I can explain it in abstract math terms, is that every point is a linear combination of its x-coordinate and z-coordinate. And so if I ask the question, what do these basis vectors do under the transformation, then I can write out the matrix by inspection. So x maps to cosine 0 sine. The y-axis doesn't change. And then the z-axis maps to minus sine 0 cosine. There's gotta be an easier way to do this, but whatever. Oh. Oh. Hmm. Right. Is there a... Can you do this? Ay, 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 ay. MATLAB. Repeat number n times. Rep LM. Okay. R1 must either be scalar or have the same number of elements as the vector to be replicated. Do I just not understand how to use this function? Oh, yay. I think I need rep mat for this. Oh, hey, that did something. Oops. That looks like it could be right. Let's add in some more lines. And yeah, that could be right. It also might not be right. Oh yeah, actually that it does look like it could be right. Yeah. All right, great. Uh, right. So now let's do theta is a tan 2. Shoot, what comes first, y or x? Y comes first. So uh, it's yx. Oh, no way. All right, okay. I have to explain this. I, there's no other way to explain it than to just show you. I found this totally like random ass video on YouTube. This Cat FM radio, and it's just some person made like 3 hours worth of cat covers to songs. And every once in a while, I've just been like going like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they did this!" Like Sticker Brush Symphony. I was like, because I haven't been checking what's coming up because it's fun to be doing something else and be like, "Oh wait, I know this song," you know. Um, but like this one I noticed, and then obviously Toby Fox, right? And then fucking Goat Yay out of the middle of nowhere, Toto Africa. What was the other? Oh yeah! Oh my God! When the Risk of Rain 2 soundtrack came on, I almost lost my mind. And then of course Minecraft OST. Um, and then what? That was Gary Come Home. I didn't recognize it. I can't believe I missed Gary Come Home. Uh, more Lena Rain, more Toby Fox. And the one that's on right now where I was like, no way they did this, is they're doing Flamingo by Cara Cara Bonito. Like, what? Alright, I'm trying not to look at the rest of the list, so I'll let myself get surprised. Anyway, yeah. Anyhow, alright, let's do the azimuth lines now, which is pretty much the same thing, except we're actually going to do for theta goes from 0 to 2 times pi, and I want 37 of these. Alright, 2 times pi over 10, and I want 36 of these. And theta is going to go from 0 to pi over 2. Actually, this isn't 10. I want this to be 36. And that seems like it's going to be a lot, but let's just see what happens. Ooh, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? Oh, whoops, this needs to be phi. And also, I'm tired of seeing that get printed. Vertical dimension mismatched. 40,000. Hey! That looks right. Yeah, that looks right, don't you think? A little busy, maybe. But yeah, that's definitely right. Oh, great, we're done. Well, almost. Oh yeah, I was in the middle of doing this. So theta is equal to that, and phi is a tan 2 of z over square root of let's see what this gives us. I guess I don't need to put 2 here, do I? This is probably going to be a right dog's dinner, as they say, but... Oh no, what did I do? So frustrating. Yeah. Okay, we have some ugly artifacts to deal with, but yeah, this is basically what we need. I don't really know a good way to get rid of these artifacts. MATLAB plot don't draw long distances. Maybe that'll work. Oh, that is pretty clever. If you stick nans into your array, then MATLAB won't connect the line. This is actually a pretty nice song. What is it? I don't know the song. Doom. Oh no, it's okay. I haven't actually played Deltarune. I never finished. Uh, oh my goodness. Oh, now I recognize this tune. Okay. Dude, why am I blanking on Deltarune is an anagram? Why am I blanking on what it's an anagram of right now? Undertale. Oh my god. I never finished Undertale. Anyway, uh, ooh, this is really clever. I like this. Um, this is really clever. I'm gonna try. I get the idea. I'm gonna try and do it myself just for fun. Uh, uh, actually, how is he measuring the distance? Hmm. So first, what you do is you go um, uh, d theta is equal to diff theta. Then we'll go discont is equal to d theta is greater than some tolerance, which let's set that as, I don't know. This is in radians, right? Let's say it's greater than 1 degree. Why not? And then this is the really cool bit. Block index is equal to the cumulative sum of discount and also you need to append or prepend to 0 so it has the same length. And then, oh man, this is really, 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 really clever. I'm just gonna paste it. This is very, very clever. I think it's K for black, actually. That's really clever. Oops. This is gonna work. Oh. Invalid use of n may only be... do I have the wrong variable name? Alright, whatever. I'll just use the same variable name. Ooh, why is this taking so long? Oh, all the differences are greater than 1 degree. Okay, let's just stop this. Let's make this a bigger one, like maybe 10. Whoa, oh my god. Yeah, because everything is just a single point. Yeah. Make this 10 degrees, see what that gives us. Well, it's still weird. Oh, why is that there? MATLAB or. Okay. And this should be an absolute value. And this should be an absolute value. And also let's just make this a named value. If hey, maybe we can crank up the. That is not bad. Oh, well, this is a bit weird. Not sure what that's about, but That is not bad in the slightest. That is really not bad at all. Yeah, we want to do that. But I want it to be in a nice format for printing. There. That's what I want. Now, what would be cool would be to put in corrections for the analemma so that you could, if you somehow had a way of measuring the elevation of the sun, you could actually tell what the time is, not just the local time. Um, the thing is, how do I explain this? Depending on where the Earth is in its orbit, the length of a day is different. Um, 24 hours is just the average. No, when I say day, I don't mean length of time that the sun is in the sky. I literally mean the amount of time needed for the sun's azimuth to return to what it was. So if at 5 p.m., well, that wouldn't make sense. If at, like, say 11:30 a.m. the sun was exactly due south, then on the next day, depending on where this Earth was in its orbit, the sun will not be back at due south at 11:30 a.m. the next day. It'll be like 11:31 or 11:29 or something. And that's because, you know, in uh, actually, when is the Earth closest to the sun? Uh, Earth orbit versus seasons. Now, I am aware that the seasons in the southern hemisphere are different than the northern hemisphere. Yeah, I know why we have seasons. Yeah, I know it's elliptical. Okay, maybe one of these images will show the seasons. Oh, here we go. Okay, 1st of January, or 3rd of January, is when the Earth is as close as it gets. And in the northern hemisphere, it's winter, and in the southern hemisphere, it is summer. So, yeah, in winter, the days are shorter. And when I say days, I mean the time needed for the sun to return to the same azimuth. The days are shorter than they are in the summer. And so basically what it means is we don't stretch out the minutes or shrink the minutes such that 24 hours lines exactly up with a day. Instead, sometimes a day is shorter, or sometimes a day is longer than the 24 hours that we give to a day. But the 24 hours is the average. So I don't know a good way to explain this, but the point is you basically need a lookup table. I mean, you could calculate it, which I'm not going to bother, but you need a lookup table to convert between the sun's azimuth and the true time of day. Or when I say true time of day, I mean like the time that you would measure on like a wristwatch, an ordinary wristwatch. Uh, yeah. Well, anyway, um, that is a down the road kind of thing. So maybe on, so this is only going to cover one side of the business card. So actually, so I want this to be on a clear sheet, and this is going to be printed on the on one side of the card, and then on the other side of the card, um, we can print anything we want, such as correction tables, maybe a table of where the planets will be for the next while, or the idea that I was originally thinking of is I can make this like my business card. No one really has business cards anymore, and I don't really need them, but I think it would be neat to say, oh, here's my card, and it's actually this funny thing. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I'm just thinking about what's the best way for me to produce this night sky grid and send it to a print shop. That's what I wanted to code today. Now, what I've done here is I've done like a pretty simple one here. But there's a couple of things that need to be tweaked, right? So first of all, I just did like a really dumb way of getting rid of discontinuities, and it didn't completely work either. Um, and so these lines just kind of end sooner than they should, I think. And I also need to generate like numbers on here. Um, so that you can actually read it without having to count. So, which way is north? I guess north would be upwards, right? That would be geographic north, of course. So it would be neat to also have a correction table for magnetic north, but anyway, that's not important right now. Um, oh, yeah. I also really would like to produce these lines in like PostScript, and the reason to do that is because if you have a rasterized image and you send it to a print shop, it's almost never going to turn out looking nice. I know this because this is what I did once. I once created a cylindrical, or no, spiral. I once created a spiral slide rule when I was in high school. It was a gift for one of my teachers. And um, I forget exactly how I did it. That code is long gone. Um, but ultimately, I generated a rasterized PNG. Like I found some C PNG library or something, and I generated everything into a rasterized grid. And this was a nightmare because the resolution looked terrible. I didn't want to do anti-aliasing, and I didn't. So the lines looked awful. and I couldn't, like, unless the rasterized image was absolutely huge, I couldn't render text in a meaningful way. Oh, and by the way, rendering text to a rasterized grid, I would kind of know how to do it now, maybe, but back then I had no idea how to do that. Um, so what I ended up doing, believe it or not, is I got this printed. It took a couple rounds and a fair amount of money for a high schooler anyway, to finally get something that looked decent. And um, then I sat down with a Sharpie and wrote the numbers. It took hours. So yeah, we're definitely going to do this with like PostScript or some kind of vector format, because then the lines are going to look crisp no matter what the printmaker wants to do, because their printer or whatever software they use to generate the print head movements will automatically do the right thing for what I want. And then it means I can also put text on it, because for the same reason it'll generate the proper print head movements and all that. Now, it so happens that I have done this before, kind of. That's what this code is here. I was briefly looking over it earlier, trying to remember exactly what it does. But I made this output, which I guess I would like to open this. Hmm. All right. Is this how you do it? How do you get the link? Hmm. Ah, okay. Hmm. I really wish I could just. Well, let's just look at it. Oh my god. Why is this happening? It's opening it in evens, and I don't even see anything. Oh my god. I thought this was working. Okay, how do you do that? HTML. postscript. No, not superscript. Embed postscript. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so this does something, but I can't see anything. Why? You know what? I got an idea. I think I'm starting to remember how I did this last time. Postscript viewer. No, no, no. There was one I seem to remember you could just paste the postscript on the left and it would show it on the right. Aha! Aha! Okay. So I think if I want to see the output, I can copy this and paste it here. Hey! All right, well, that definitely did something. Now, how does one zoom in? Now, if you zoom in, it looks great. Well, I mean, look at that. It looks great, right? Now, I spent a lot of time on this 2 years ago, and I made these functions reusable as best as I could. Okay, this evaluates a Bezier function. This is a trapezoidal sum. Evaluates f from low to high. Man, I forgot all this. But maybe I don't need to understand this. So basically, I used an integral, well, a numerical approximation to the integral to, maybe I can just read through it. Okay, first of all, okay. I gotta, man, I'm all over the place. Settings. Font size. Huge. Okay, well, just large is good, so you can read it. Okay, this is, I think, my top level function here. So curve approx. We have a function that returns x coordinates, a function that returns y coordinates, and then we have the bounds for our variable through here, and we have a tolerance. So tolerance per unit length, okay. So yeah, this returns a bunch of segments. And basically we grab the, all right, let me just close this so I can read it. Local blah, blah, blah is equal to each segment, blah, blah, blah. And then we append a segment object to this segments list and move on. Now, what does this each segment do? Well, returns the longest cubic curve starting at TL that approximates x of t, y of t within tall, returns TL, which is the thing that we passed in, ax, ay, bx, by, which are the cubic curve control points, tr, and error. And basically, oh man, Yeah. Okay. 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 So, given a TL and a TR. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Basically, what this is doing is you have 2 points, your left point and your right point, and you have the slope, which we also numerically calculate using forward differences. And it finds the control point for the slope. Yeah, I forget how that works exactly. Fits a Bézier to FFT for T from TL to TR. Returns AV error where A is the first control point, B is the second. So this is third. It doesn't mean third derivative. It means a third order approximation to the derivative. Um, yeah, given that we want the derivatives to match the original function and that we want the points to touch the original function, we can get the Bézier curve for this segment. So first we try, this is doing like a binary search kind of thing. Wait, how does that make sense? What? Wait, how does that make sense? What's going on here? This is basically a binary search. L equals TL, R equals TR, M equals L plus R over 2. If the error... Oh, Wait, no, I still don't get it. What is this L doing? Okay. M is going to be our final TR, and we're searching for it in between the original bounds that we were given. I see. And then L and R are just the binary search bounds on M as time goes on. So yeah, we try to fit between TL and M, and the error is computed here by basically just doing a friggin' integral. An integral on the squared function too, might I add. It's literally just the sum, the RMS. I don't even think I do the R. I think it's just the MS, the mean square error. I don't even think I do the M. I think it's just the square error. Yeah, I just literally calculate the integral. And this could be a lot more efficient because you could reuse a lot of these calculations, but whatever. I just wanted to keep it simple. So yeah, basically we do a binary search, calculating the integral as we go to get the largest cubic curve segment that approximates within tolerance. So actually, I think this is all fine. The function that I'm using right now to draw these things is perspective of x. Oh, it's a function returning the perspective of x of the elevation circle. Because this perspective of x is because that is the the stereographic projection. I mean, because originally I was going to use this code to draw my own astrolabe just for fun, but I'm going to try and repurpose this code to draw this. Yeah. So basically, How does this elevation circle function work? Elevation and latitude are given in degrees and T is... Hey, wait, have I done this before? What the heck is this? Okay. Zenith and radians. Zenith X, Zenith Y. Horizon is that. Elevation above the horizon in radians is that. We start on the equator at 100, then rotate around Y to get to the correct elevation given the latitude. Now we can rotate this new vector by 2 degrees around the zenith. Oh, that's how I did it. This uses the Rodriguez rotation formula that's been simplified for this special case. Cute. So I'm basically doing the same method I just found. Like I just used this. Yeah, I haven't used that in a while actually. Yeah, to do. I guess I never did it. Oh, hey, there it is. 42.65 degrees for Toronto. Yeah. Okay, well, we can do this. The issue I'm going to have, though, is I need the curve to start from here. I guess I don't technically need that, but actually, no, I don't need that at all, do I? But well, no, because I have these discontinuities to deal with. Theta is going to wrap around from 2 pi back to 0, and I need to deal with that. And then I also need to deal with the problem that these are closed curves. But they're not always closed. So there's I think it's a close path command in PostScript. All right, let's not count our chickens. Or not, I guess, the expression I'm looking for here is let's cross that bridge when we come to it. I think I can just try this code and see what it gives me. So let's start by reorganizing this so that the functions are in a separate file. Control X. We'll call this, I don't know, C approx for curve approx. Lua, bam. And then we can go in here and require it. And this should still work. Require is not the right word. What is it? Shoot. Where's the Lua manual? close some of these tabs too. I don't need this or that or that. Actually, this is kind of cool. I can leave it. Kind of using up a lot of memory though. Oh, I knew that would happen. All right, let's close it. Well, let's leave that open. I'm probably gonna need it in a second. This, yeah, these I'm definitely done with. This I don't need. That is interesting, but I'm gonna turn it off for now. This is I'm done with. Okay, and this ended, so let me pick something else to put on. Lo-fi for bears. Perfect. Where was I? I think it's load file. Yeah. Okay. Oh, now it's doing something. Okay. And let's just do that so that we can see that it actually does get overwritten. Yeah, okay, great. So now let's go in here and we can leave all these old guys around. In fact, this elevation circle is pretty handy. T is taken to be degrees counterclockwise around the viewer's zenith relative to celestial north. Okay, I'm not really sure what relative to celestial north means, but anyhow. Function theta of x, y, z. I'm just going to do it like this. Function of a I guess I don't need any of this anymore. And I don't need that. And so here, oh, perfect. Return. Yeah. Return math dot atan 2. And you know what? I want this in degrees. Math.dag of 2 times math.pi should give us 360, or maybe 0. Yeah, okay, great. So math.dag returns angle in degrees for the theta part of the spherical coordinates corresponding to x, y, z. You could reasonably call this elevation. I know, azimuth. Math.atan2, and it is, oh great, it's just math.atan y over x. Great. Math.atan of y over x, like so, and same as above, but for elevation. Math.atan of z over math.squared x times x plus y times y. Elevation. So this is going to be return theta, and this is going to be phi, except, so this, we're going to do, these are the elevation circles, right? So we're just going to go from 0 to 2 times pi, math.pi. Well, I think I do everything in degrees, so 360 will be correct. Let me just check those. So elevation circle, yeah, degrees, okay. And so I is, okay, let's change this to L for elevation. And let's change this to, I guess A is fine. Function B, return elevation circle of BL latitude. But what does this return? It returns X, Y, Z. Oh yeah, great, yeah. So this is X, Y, Z. And what? What is this? Well, we don't need it. Just, I guess I don't need to know what it is if I don't need it. And I don't need that. I can just do this, right? What are you complaining about? Expected. Oh. True. 6 to PS. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, these are, they may or may not be closed actually. So, well, all right, let's just start with this. Go. Attempts to call global phi. Oh, duh. Ooh, it's thinking. All right, well, just see what this gives us. Okay. uh, okay. Uh, man, I gotta debug it now. All right, let's turn down the scale some. I guess I could have just done that at the top. Ooh, that is definitely different. It's also wrong. It should look like this. But that did something. Let's turn the scale down even more. Oh man, nothing is allowed to be easy, is it? It's like kind of right, but not. Ugh. Okay. Why? Why? All right. Elevation circle. Is this correct? Just do this. See what happens. I don't even really know what I'm doing right now. I don't know why I think this is going to be useful. Oh. Oh, this is doing an orthographic projection. This is useful. Um, wait, that doesn't look like an orthographic. Oh, no, it is an orthographic projection. Okay. So it's not like we're completely off. Hmm. Except, why? Okay. Let's do something else. Let's set our latitude to 90. And also let's put this back like that. I'll have to edit it manually here. Okay, that did something. Okay, so my rotation function is indeed rotating it about the y-axis, which is what I certainly would expect. So is my theta function wrong? That can't be wrong. Exactly what it should be. This could be wrong. Maybe this is what's wrong. No, that's definitely right. Hmm. So, all right, let's do an orthographic projection on y and z, just for my own. I don't even really know why I want to see that, but all right, let's do x and z. It's kind of a lot of steps just to look at it, but anyway. Yeah, that is right. That's right. So, what? What? A tan 2 of y. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Yeah. It's y over x. What am I doing wrong? It's gotta be something simple. Math.deg, because I like degrees better than radians. Well, let's take that off. Let's just try to eliminate some moving parts here. What? Oh, I see. I know what the issue is. I know what the issue is. Function angle clamp of, I don't know, theta while theta is less than 0, do theta plus equals 2 times. Now it is, I do everything in degrees. I always do everything in degrees. Theta is in degrees. Theta plus equals 60 while theta is greater than or equal to Let's do greater than. Do theta minus equal. This is dumb as hell, but whatever. Oh, really? I forgot about that. Okay, go. Ooh. Damn. Of course it's not converging. Ugh. God. Just stop. Just stop. So I would. So these are the angles in degrees. So man, I'm really gonna struggle. So I want to do 0, 0, move 2. Then I want to go 0, 360. I know. 360, 0, line 2. Then I want to go 360, 90, line 2. Then close path and stroke. Actually, I could just do that here, come to think of it. Ooh, that didn't work. I think I need... No, I need minus 180. I think I'm missing a coordinate here. Yeah, duh. Then I need minus 180, 90, line 2. Okay. All right, so definitely something is messed up here. How is this related to that? I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, let's do just the elevation lines for a second. I guess the dumb way to do that is to comment that out. How come I can't edit this file right now? What's going on? Why can I not edit this file? Oh, I wonder if it's because... Oh, now I can edit it. Okay. So... this shape here, this kind of like a rounded triangle. Oh, not that. No. Well... No. Well... Maybe I can kind of see it. What I don't understand though is that the horizon, for example, it stretches above phi equals 90 degrees, like it wraps around. So, all right, hold on, let me put this in here because it's helpful to have it on. Oh, wait. Okay, I don't know why I didn't copy everything. A tan, Z, x squared plus y squared. I don't understand what's wrong with that. Just return Z for a second. Not that that will really help us much, but man, I don't understand what's wrong with this. Maybe there's no way it's an order of operations thing. This is just, no, there's no way. This is what, Zach Smith might call special pleading, or you could also call it shotgun debugging. How can this be different from that? I don't understand. Oh, here's something curious. If I draw a line at pi over 2, which is roughly here. Oh, wait a minute. Is this an atan thing? I think this is an atan thing. So if I were to draw a line roughly here, and reflect the outputs. Wait, hold on. So this is 90 degrees, 80 degrees, 70 degrees, 60 degrees. Wait, no, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so this is, yeah, and then this is when they wrap around. When they cross, how do I explain this? Maybe I have a drawing of this. At some point, this elevation circle, the horizon is past celestial north. At some point, it goes past celestial north. And that's what happens here on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we start at, this is at, oh man, I'm getting tired. But yeah, I have a theory that this is an atan thing. How could I possibly verify that? Plot atan. Ooh, actually. Let's go from minus pi to pi. And minus pi over over 2 pi over 2. I always forget how mesh grid works. And then z is going to be a tan 2 of y x surf z. What do we think, huh? Or maybe x, y, z. How big is this big Z? Yeah, it's the right size. All right, fine. Fine. Also, let's actually, because 90 is an asymptote, or is it? I don't really know. Let's just make this smaller. See what happens. We probably do have some asymptotes on here. Oh. Oh, there we go. That did something. So okay, so when y is positive and x is positive, then z is positive. If y is positive and x is negative, then z is positive. But, so basically the sign of the output is always the same as the sign of y, what I'm seeing. Okay. So then if I go into the Lua console, math.atan of, I don't know, man, 1, 2, we get that. And minus 1, 2, or okay, 1 minus 2 should give us the same thing. Minus 1 minus 2 should give us negative. It has the same sign convention. Okay, well, so if it's not an atan thing, then what is it? I don't know. get it. Man, I can't even think of something I can do. It's just, I mean, okay, that's not true. There is some stuff I can do. I could actually dump these points out and look at them, but how's that gonna help? I'm running low on Steam. What time is it? Oh my goodness, it's 1:45. Uh, Man, I don't want to give up. So my little, actually, where's my debug square? Hmm, that's probably not a coincidence. That is probably not a coincidence because 45 degrees is a significant, the inverse tangent of 1 is 45 degrees. Man, I just don't understand what the problem is. But why is the first argument? Is this, maybe this is wrong? Nah, how could it be? Let's think about this for a second. Nah, there's no way this is right. I'm almost certain. I'm as certain as I can be that this is correct. So what? I just don't understand. I don't understand. Like when I printed out the orthographic projections, it was exactly what I would expect. And this function, I don't understand what could be wrong with it. lines do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, alright, well, first of all, let's match what we're doing in there. Oh, right. Right. Okay, what's going on here? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Well, my ninth circle is missing, but whatever, I guess. So the fourth circle is still on the same side of celestial north as the zenith point. And the last circle isn't being drawn, so we have 1, 2, 3. The last circle's not being drawn. So something's causing theta to stay within plus minus 45 degrees. Right? Also, why is my debug thing not being printed anymore? Whoops. What? What? I don't understand. I don't understand what I'm doing so wrong right now. Stir 1 is equal to stir 1, append this string. In what universe does this not append the string? I don't understand. What is going on here? Excuse me? This doesn't even have the curve to close path. Is this like a weird, like, flushing thing? What? Man, what is this garbage? Oh, that's why I wasn't getting the last circle, because my file was getting truncated. Anyway, so I'm suspecting that MATLAB's ATAN and Lua's ATAN are different. What else could be doing this? No. So this, so then the next one should be 36. Oh, wait. Well, anyway. So ATAN 2 of 1 and 2 is 0.46. Okay. That ATAN 1 and 2. What? What? Okay. What is going on here? MATLAB ATAN 2 takes y at x. Okay. What? Okay. That is reasonable. 1.11. Okay. So now if I do 1, 2, I get 0.46. What? Okay. What? Okay, what? .45 degrees. Okay, what? Is it just ignoring the second argument? It is ignoring the second argument. Wait, this is Lua 5.4. Oh man, really? 5.1, no way. No way. Oh my god. Wow, it's just totally ignoring the second argument. No wonder it was wrong. Okay, well, we can fix fix that. I guess I don't need to print this anymore. Ooh. We got garbage. Why? Because of discontinuities. Because everything sucks. Okay, stop, just stop, just stop. At least we found the source of the problem. But now we need to deal with convergence issues. Why? But this should be well behaved. This should be well behaved. Alright, where is this error message coming from? Well, what if we just run it? And just wait. Just see what it does. Like, do I have stuff going to NAND somewhere behind the scenes that I don't know about? And also, like, it doesn't make sense that this would have so many convergence failures. All right. Let's turn this down. Whoa. Oh, hey. That is right. So why do we have so many convergence failures? This is actually right. We have this annoying discontinuity to deal with, which is a pain in the ass, which I'll have to think of something to do about. Because most of that guy is well behaved. Alright, let's get rid of this. I don't really need this anymore. So most of that guy is well behaved. So I don't understand why we got so many failures. Let's just do this. Wait, who is calling this function? This guy. What? What? Okay, there. Okay. What? Printf debugging. And it's getting late. I am going to pay for this tomorrow. Oh, I see. Okay, actually, that's fine. Also, we can. Okay. What? What? Where's this jump coming from? Well, let's just see what it output before we jump to conclusions about it being bad. Alright, there's some garbage, but we will cross that bridge. I mean, we have to cross it eventually, but. So why isn't this converging? Why is this converging so slowly?
I guess it's not actually a problem if it doesn't converge. It's kind of okay. Just makes it slower, that's all. Or is that print statement? Hey! Alright, we're making progress. just for my reference. Oh no. And that is pretty much, it's got a different scaling on it, but it looks okay. And also we need to fix this junk. And we need to fix these lines not going far enough to the left or to the right. But this is progress in the right direction, I think. Yeah, so this not going straight to the end is irritating. The fact that, well, it's also irritating that these are all kind of slightly different. I need to add numbers. Although, you know, like, it looks good when zoomed in for obvious reasons. Actually, this is okay over here, which is strange, but, you know, whatever. Yeah. I think maybe what we'll need to do is, hmm. So in here, something I did when I was doing the astrolabe version, you'll notice here in the astrolabe that we don't draw the entire curve here. We only draw it as far as the Tropic of Capricorn. And that's because that's where the plate stops, right? And the way I did that is I basically um, just did a binary search on the argument to the input of the elevation circle function, um, or something like that. You know, yeah, you see, I basically did binary search on the input until the output met my criteria. So I can do the same thing. So what I can do there is find a good bound to for these circles that have this like guff on them, like this line that crosses from one side to the other. The reason that's happening is because, actually, I had a thought. I just had a thought. What if I do not mark them as closed paths? What does that do for me? Oh, the sky's the limit. Hmm. Well, nothing. If I look really close, I could probably see where these.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. All right, let's just do this. I kind of want to see where these curves start and end. Man, I should not be awake right now. But I have no self-control. All right, well, I believe I have an easy solution that I could try right now. These curves start in the middle, so let's just start them from the edge. I mean, it's kind of stupid, but you know, um, right? 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 Oh man, geez, look at that. Look how fast that was. Yeah, check that out. I think that may have actually just solved my problem in a way that okay. If elevation plus latitude is less than 90, actually, closed equals local closed, right? Go. I don't think that was right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Now, why is it so slow all of a sudden? Maybe the machine is throttling me. And okay, the azimuth lines seem pretty well behaved. Well, okay, we do have to worry about the one that actually goes to 90, but whatever. Ooh. Hmm. Why is this suddenly broken? Is there like an infinite loop in here or something? Well, just, you know what? Whatever. Okay, whatever. 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 Let's put it back the way it was. Oh, wait a minute. Is 180 bad juju? Is that what's getting me? Oh my god. What is wrong with 180? So these are all starting over here and going to there. That's why this one is shorter, because something is messed up at 180. Why? Oops, that's backwards. Don't ask me why, but whatever. At least it runs nice and fast now. Okay, so these curve approximation functions I have are really not happy if there is a discontinuity. So I could probably deal with that. I won't do that today though. And this is, I would say, visually acceptable for my purposes. Let's add in a bounding box just so I can make sure this is all okay. So, okay, minus 180, minus 90, move to 180, minus 90, line to 180, 90, line to minus 180, 90, line to close path and stroke. Go. Okay, so if we really zoom in here, you see there's a very, very slight gap, but I can live with that. I can live with that. And here there's no gap at all. I'm very happy about that. And then I just need the azimuth lines. Then I need to draw the numbers. Then I'll probably want to draw a scale either on this one. I don't know which one's going to have the scale on it, but the divisions of the day, the 24 hours of the day, are marked on this scale. And for me, that would go along. Is this thing on? Hello? It would go along here. Or here, or both. It kind of depends on my mood. Well, yeah. All right. Anything else I want to do today? I could do the azimuth lines, couldn't I? Nah, let's not get into that because I'll find other things to tweak and prod, and let's not do that right now. Yeah. Um, I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.